and
Teal.
You know what it is, man. You're locked in the Third and Teal where they keep it real. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Third and Teal, baby, and I'm out. Let's go.
What is up? What is up? Third and Teal. I don't know if y'all could see that comments box jerking around everywhere. I was playing with it. And if you could, my bad. But welcome in. Just me and Trevor tonight. Or I'm sorry, me and Eric tonight. Jeez, Trevor's got something going on. So we're gonna let him take care of that, and we're gonna take care of this. We're gonna discuss about next week. We may do a live for the draft. We're gonna see how that goes. See what we decide to do. And we will. We'll be here. We'll figure something out. But Eric, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful, dude. I'm just can't wait for next week to come and go so we can have something to talk about,
Something to talk about, man. I just want to know who we're going to get. Like, it's like I know we're going to get somebody, and I know we're going to get a lot of people, and we're going to trade. I know there's no way we sit on 11 picks. We don't make any moves.
No.
Whether it be a move up or a move back even to get more picks for next year. There's going to be some sort of movement. If y'all can hear my dogs, I'm sorry. My wife just got home. That's my can't nobody sneak up on this property. That's for dang sure. But anyways, yeah, man, it's gonna be nice. We're gonna have a little bit of news. We're gonna have a little bit of speculation. Like, oh, this guy gets drafted. Where's he gonna? What are the reps gonna look like? Is he gonna start? I mean, I think the biggest thing at this point, we beat the dead horse a lot about the draft and doing mock drafts, and I'm doing them in my sleep. Like we got it's just a lot going on, man. So I'm excited to have something real. And it'd be super cool if we picked somebody that we picked at some point, and it'd be really cool if we didn't. And I was wrong. I don't care, man. As long as we do what's best for
exactly.
Yeah.
Really, what is a mock draft really? A bunch of guesses. That's all it is, basically.
I've done a lot of mock drafts every year for the past like 5 or 6 years.
Right.
And I don't know that I've ever picked somebody that ended up on our team besides maybe once. If that, I don't even know if I have. That's just unless it was like, Trayvon Walker or like Trevor Lawrence. Like, yeah, like that was easy. It's like
exactly.
I had a couple with what's his face, and a couple with Trayvon, and it's just like all right, whatever, But this is going to be an interesting one where we just without having a first round pick, it's a lot less hard or a lot less easy to predict that stuff. And I'm hearing that there's a lot of teams that are trying to trade back now because they feel like outside of the top 10, there's nobody really impressive in this draft that they feel like they have to be there for. And there's other people that are close to some scouts and stuff that are saying like, what's the difference between 24 and 56 or 24 and 100? Like this is a deep draft, but it's not a super talented in terms of like what they put on the field in college drafts.
Right.
No.
That's basically the same thing I've heard also. It's going to be interesting when it comes to day one to see who's making moves in and who's making moves out.
Yeah.
But, once you get past the first 10, everybody else is just – they're talented. They have some upside, but nobody really – is standing out to say, hey, I'm the man that's going to turn your franchise around.
I mean, it feels like every round outside of the first half of the first round is a, traits round. It's like these guys, there's a lot of guys with traits, but there's not a lot of guys that are like proven, 2, 3, 4 year guys who outside there's some linemen, some offensive linemen that have been solid, but they're not as, they're not the sexy picks. So nobody cares about that. And,
exactly.
There's a lot of teams who need quarterbacks and a lot of teams need, D linemen, but it's going to be interesting to see how everything falls, man. I'm excited.
And then you also got to think about individuals like Dexter Lawrence. Would it be a big move to get him during the draft? It's just, what am I trying to say? It's just a plethora of opportunity that we have no idea about a lot of things that could happen, that may happen, that may not happen. That is going to determine where everybody draft at, who they're going to draft, and who knows? We may move up into the first round, and we may just stay where we are. May move a little further down in the second round. I mean, it's just one of those drafts. The majority of it is really unknown.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
oof.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's even just outside of I don't know, who the Jets are going to take, and I mean, I don't know who the Titans are going to take. I mean, I know I can think all day who I think they're going to take, but this could be one where it just falls super weird. And I mean, I think the only ones we know that are going top 5 more than likely are, Mendoza,
yeah,
Josh Downs, the safety out of Ohio State,
yeah,
and then Jeremiah Love. Yeah, I don't know that anybody else is going to be going top 5 guaranteed, because I mean, Ruben Bain, we thought so, but then he's got T-Rex arms and his motor's in question, and
now he's been involved in some accident a couple of years
Yep.
ago that keeps coming, which is interesting. It comes out about a week before the draft happens,
and it's
in the water here.
It's funny though, because that could have been intentionally leaked or mentioned to try and drop his stock. Yeah, that way he gets on a better team. Because now if you're not number 1, number 2, or number 3, the bonus keeps dropping, and it's you're not, you don't get, it's just not worth as much. And yeah, I mean, at that point you might as well still get a first round, but yeah, I don't know, man. That's I mean, it happened to Laramie Tunsil. There's a lot of guys this happens to, and they end up being great players.
Exactly.
But it's I don't know.
And still we still got 7 days? Yeah, 7 days.
Yeah, a week from today.
So no telling what's going to happen between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of phone calls being made and inquiries.
Oh yeah,
from each team, trying to figure out what they really want to do.
Yeah, I think this is probably the first year that, on all the mock draft simulators, so many players are ranked so differently. I don't think I've ever seen a year where the top prospects are they're number 20 on one of them, and they're number 87 on another one.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know that I've ever, outside of maybe 1 or 2 players, this is consistently outside of the top 5-10 players. You don't know where they're going to rank or where they're going to be. So that's another kind of weird aspect of it, is who, does that mean that teams are seeing these players really differently, or do the teams all know about where everybody lines up, but they just, the mock draft people don't know? Because honestly, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see. How does Jacksonville feel about some of these players versus how does the Titans or how do the Jets? And
I think it's the second one, the second option you mentioned. Yeah, just teams are seeing them totally different, especially after all of them have had their pro day. Compared to what they did at the combine, if they went to the combine, now their pro day. All right, we got a good idea of where each player stands, and there could be a lot of discrepancy between the teams, as far as how they're rating them. So once again, it goes back to what we said earlier. This outside the top 5, top 10, man, this draft is really just out there, unpredictable so far.
Yeah, it's I mean the one good thing about this draft is while it's not necessarily the most talented in terms of on-field production in the history of the NFL draft, it's definitely the most athletic. I mean, that's no doubt. I mean, you're getting an athlete basically no matter who you pick. So man, it's gonna be interesting to see how I'm excited to see, because every year there's somebody that's supposed to go top 5 or top 10 that doesn't. I'm excited to see who it is. Not that of course I want somebody to not be or want them to be or whatever, but just every year there's somebody that everybody's oh yeah, this guy's going here, or this guy's going there, this guy's going number 8, and then he's number 27. You're like, hold on a second.
Yeah, what happened?
So
yeah,
it's gonna be I don't know, man. It's going to be a ride. And I mean, it kind of sucks not having a first round pick, but at the same time, like this is part of the reason I'm sure James Gladstone did this is because I mean it's not a year. This is the year to miss a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
I think that's part of why the Colts did it with what's his face, Sauce Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it looks stupid at first, but I mean, honestly, it's just
it's panning out.
Yeah, I mean, you got Sauce Gardner now for a couple years. You know, if he can stay healthy, and you were on a roll, you were on a run, looking like you were going to at least deep in the playoffs to a Super Bowl the way they were playing, and then you know, next year's draft isn't that great, so you trade out. But well, I guess this year now, but you know what I mean. So
exactly.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There might be a lot of movement on day one too by these teams. I don't know.
I'm looking forward. I think there will be at least the bottom half of the first round anyway. I don't know about the first half. You know, teams probably stay put, but the second half, yeah, it'll probably be a lot of wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, I just don't know who I would want us to trade up for if we were to trade back into the first round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the only person I can really think of is like, you know, Rodriguez, Anthony Hill Jr. if he's a little higher on people's boards than what he's been on these mock drafts.
Right.
But like, I don't think that there's anybody that I'm like, if he's there, you got to go get him. You know what I mean? Like,
right. There's no Travis Hunter out there this year. Put it
no. Yeah, so I don't know, man. This is gonna be. I'm stumped. I don't know.
Look, after so many mock drafts, you're like, man, why I keep punishing myself like this?
Yeah.
Just stop. You know, stop watching it. Anybody who has a mock draft, just stop watching, okay? Because this draft here is going to be so unpredictable. You know, I mean, so some of y'all gonna be very upset. You know, yeah, because it's not gonna fall like you think. Because I personally, in my opinion, the quarterback from Indiana, he's good, but he's not first pick good, in my opinion. He's not. But for a franchise like the Raiders who need a quarterback, yeah, okay, we'll take another shot, you know, at that. But
yeah, I mean, last year's class wasn't even that great, but even in last year's class, I don't think he's the first pick. In the class before that, I don't think it's. I mean, I don't know. I think he's a good quarterback. I think the one thing that I do think that he processes the field well. I think he's athletic enough, but he doesn't have the strongest arm out of all of them.
Right.
You know, it's just kind of a year where there's a couple guys that have really great singular traits about them, but then everybody else is kind of like, okay, they're good, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, for the Raiders, it'll be smart for them though, taking first overall. I mean, that's your pick. You're not going to trade out of it for that. Right. Take it first overall. You know, you got Kirk Cousins there for at least a year. Mm-hmm. You know, if he plays immediately, cool. If not, you've got Kirk Cousins to mentor him a little bit. See how an NFL player does it. Because, say what you want about Kirk Cousins. He's been in the NFL for how long now, and he's had how many contracts. I don't think he's the best quarterback ever. I don't think he's the worst quarterback. But he's a professional, and he knows how to play ball and how to do it. So,
yes.
I mean, and honestly, like you never hear about him getting in trouble for anything.
Right.
Like he's a great guy for a young quarterback to come in and learn behind.
See, and you said the key word right there. If the Raiders are smart, and Kirk Cousins has won the starting job, put him out there, let him start, and let this young quarterback learn. That has always been my opinion, that a young quarterback should learn behind a veteran, at least the first year.
Yep.
At least the first year. But with the way the schematics are now, you draft the quarterback number one, he has to start immediately, and that's a lot of pressure to put on a young man coming from college.
Mm-hmm.
You going from playing young boys, young men, to playing grown men. That's a totally different animal right there. But we shall see. Shall see. Cousins, I think Cousins will win the starting job, and they're not going to rush him if they're smart. That reminds me of Alabama quarterbacks.
Yeah.
When they come out, they're good in college. They're killers in college, but they get to the league and, you're like, what happened? Because that's a different game right there. That's a totally different game.
Yeah, and I mean, again, Kirk Cousins' deal, it's a 1 year, like $20 million guaranteed. It's technically 4 years total, but like after this year, they've got nothing to hold on to. So, worst case scenario, even if you do sit him, he's not taking up that much cap space realistically.
Right.
And people forget too. I mean, Patrick Mahomes sat for almost a full year, and he would have sat a full year if Alex
Smith.
Alex Smith wouldn't have got hurt.
Right.
And then he took off from there, but like. A lot of quarterback Brady sat, a lot of quarterbacks sat, and especially when you go to a team, which of course Brady was like, 2 whatever. So, but still, a lot of these great quarterbacks in the past, they sat for at least a year. And I mean, yeah, it does take a little bit of adjusting, especially, when you're going from the college level this is premier athletes, but they're not premier athletes compared to NFL players, is the majority of them.
Correct.
You have a couple of guys who are going to go to the NFL and make an impact instantly when they get there. You got a couple of guys that are going to take a year or two. But the average college player would never scratch an NFL roster.
Right. Exactly.
And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, man. They need it. They need a guy for the long term. That's another thing too. You hope Kirk Cousins takes those licks the first year, because the Raiders really do need another year or two to build that team up for a quarterback. And they're doing it the right way. People have been asking their franchises to do exactly what the Raiders are doing right now for a long time, and they're doing it. I mean, whether it works out or not, they're the Raiders. We'll see. But if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, back to the drawing board. It's just not going to.
Right.
But they need to get a really good wide receiver in there for him. And I mean, they've got the running back, they've got the tight end, they've got some young pieces on the line. Like they're building something over there. But
yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll have to see, man. They're gonna be fun.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
But yeah, man. Well, I guess the only real Jaguars news we got is
here we go.
It was all bullshit. Some guy was trying to make a headline. And then Adam Schefter was doing Adam Schefter things and wanted to be the first person to say it that actually has a platform.
Right.
And they said that Travis Hunter was going to play full-time corner, which we already knew he was going to play more corner than receiver. Like we've already heard that from James Gladstone. And then Travis Hunter comes out and is like, what are you talking about? Who did you talk to? That never happened. And then, here comes Shefty back out again like, oh, no, actually conflicting reports, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's the slow season. But go ahead, Eric. I know you wanted to talk about this.
It just amazes me how media just builds nonsense. Travis, honestly, he should have stayed out of it. He really should have stayed out of it. Yeah. I think they really gave it some rotation in the news cycle, sports cycle. But honestly, he's needed more now on the defensive side than he is on the offensive side.
Yep.
And yeah, he's not going see, I think people misunderstand when they say he gonna play both sides of the ball. I think that's basically what it is. It's a misunderstanding. And here's why I'm saying that, because when they hear he's gonna play both sides of the ball, for every play on offense and every play on defense, he's gonna be on the field. No, people, that is not the way it is. That's not the way it has never been in the NFL for a two-way player. Well, I'm not going to say that back in the day, but we're not back in the day now.
Yeah.
Okay, we 70-something years in the forward part of it. And, yeah, so he's going to play more on defense because that's where he's needed. I mean, we have a shutdown corner. We need a shutdown corner. We all have complained about that soft zone that the defense liked to play last year, that was giving up 10 and 15 yards just from the get-go. We need that shutdown corner that's going to man up and play man-to-man ball. The best one on our team right now is Travis Hunter.
Absolutely.
Okay? Now, I'm quite sure that the head shed has sat down and had this conversation with him about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, number two, here's the other thing. Many of y'all out there right now call him a bust because he got hurt last year. You got to protect your prize player. I'm sorry. Okay, he's coming off a ACL. Is it ACL?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's coming off an ACL. So you don't want to put him out there too fast and too hard. Yeah, I know the kid is young and he's athletic and he can do this, he can do that. You still have to protect your players, especially one of that caliber. Y'all forget we gave up a first round draft pick for him. Now let's look at it. If by chance he was just a cornerback or he was just a wide receiver, would he have gone number one? Would we have taken him number one? I don't think so. I really don't. But we took him because of his versatility. Don't think this coaching staff is not going to use that versatility that he made his name on. But it's not going to be at a 100%, 100% playtime, because that's not going to work. Not in the NFL. I'm sorry, it's not going to work. Okay, so calm down. It's okay. He's going to place. I'm sure they're going to put some packages in like they had last year for him at receiver. Okay, and when the time is right, they're going to put him in. That's great. He's still getting to play both sides of the ball. But his main priority this year, I do believe, in my opinion, will be on the defensive side of the ball because that is where he's needed most. All right? So calm down. Stop believing all these bad sites to be putting out crazy. Travis Hunter requested a trade because he can't play both ways.
Yeah, stupid.
You're like, really? Where's this coming from? Okay? So calm down, people. It's okay. Travis is recovering nicely per the head shed. So they're going to bring him along slowly like they do most players after a knee injury. Okay? But you can guarantee he's going to be playing more defense this year than he did last year. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So calm down. It's going to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, and just like we saw last year, they were easing him in, but the plan was never to give him 100% on both sides.
Right.
I mean, you said it perfectly. And I think people are, it's kind of funny because, like, we're hypothetical here. If he was in this draft, he'd have gone in the same spot. He'd have been the number 2 overall pick, or whatever. I mean, and honestly, even if he only played one way in this draft, he'd have been the number 1, number 2 overall pick. Because he's better than any corner in this draft. He's better than any wide receiver in this draft, by a mile. Would he have been drafted as high last year? Maybe not, but he was still a premier first round talent. He's still top 10 playing one way.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what people don't understand is like it does. Yeah, sure. We don't have a pick this year. But the guy we got last year is still fresh. He's better than anybody in this draft. And he's gonna go out there and he's gonna ball out. And I mean, shoot, whenever he was playing defense, man, he was locking dudes up,
locking them up.
I mean, had him in prison. People were saying. I mean, they could not run, they couldn't jog, they couldn't cut, they couldn't do anything. He was on them. It's watching him in coverage, man. It's exactly what we thought it was. That's exactly why he was working on receiver before more and more than he was for the corner, because he went out there and played corner and was playing against these dudes who are in the NFL, Jamar Chase, CD, these guys. He's playing against them, and it's like he never took a day off. Like he's been a pure corner his entire life. And that's what's annoying about it, man. It's like people just they want to be right. They want to be so right about everything. And we said it wasn't going to work out. Now we got hurt, so it didn't work out. Oh, well, Adam Schefter said it, so it must be true. People just need to relax. People need to chill out. It's football, man. There's not a single talking head out there that's been right about every single thing they've ever posted, and there never will be.
You ain't never got that one.
And honestly, with this organization, if you didn't hear it from somebody in the organization, I wouldn't believe shit. Because
you ain't never learned that, boy. Tell me about it. About it.
Because nothing gets out. We went from probably the least secure organization I've ever seen to the most lockdown, DEFCON 5.
Because you don't hear anything until it's official.
Even the guys who have a guy, until it's reported, we don't know.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So so don't be believing all that craziness out there, because there's a lot of sites out there, y'all. Trust me, I done been through them. There's a whole lot of them out there, and they be giving you some bogus stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah.
bogus stuff.
Especially like man, some of these Facebook ones are just stupid. They just be pumping shit out just to pump shit out.
I have to post something in the chat and say, "Is this for real?"
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't even sound real.
Nah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, I there's a couple of them. Like if I even see a report by them, like I just ignore it. There's a couple of them now that like if they say something, I just assume it's wrong and I just go on with my day.
I mean, you know what the crazy part is? A lot of times it's easy to figure it out because if you look at the picture they have posted, it has nothing to do with what they be talking about.
Yep.
A different player, a different team. You're like, yeah, okay, no, we good.
Every time. Or like I saw one the other day and it was like, oh, top 5 players the Jaguars might trade this season. And 2 of them weren't even on the team anymore.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like a repost. It was like they just posted it, like it's
right.
They're just trying to pump out content, They're just trying to, whether they got something to say or not. We're doing the same thing right now, but it's a little different. We enjoy it. We talk to the people, but man, those news sources, they just love to make shit up and hope people eat it up, and they do. Those group chats on Facebook and those groups for the some of those Jaguar groups, man, they just New Era Jags is one, they all the time, man. And there's this one cat in there now, and his name's Joe or John something, and he's posting like 15 fucking posts a day, I feel like, with these videos and little shorts. And the Jaguars need to really need to pick up Trayvon Walker's 5th-year option, blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, they picked it up last year. What are you talking about? Like, he's on his 5th year now. Like, and he's like, oh, my bad. And I'm like watching his videos, he's just saying shit, bro. I'm like, bro, they already picked up Anton, they already did this. And like, he seems like a nice enough dude, and I'd love to have him on sometime, talk to him a little bit. Some of his stuff is insightful, and some of it's like, come on, bro.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like, did you record this last year and you're just not posting it? Like, but, I don't know, man. I try to stay out of those groups now because it's just stupidity. And yeah, I don't
know. Stupidity. I like that. I don't know, just the lack of insight.
Mm-hmm.
As they say, clickbait. That's what they call it.
Yep. And then the same people that have been, oh, Trevor Lawrence is a bust, Trevor Lawrence sucks, or oh my God, Trevor Lawrence, I'm gonna get a tattoo of him on my kid. Like, just like crazy stuff. Like, I'm gonna name my next kid Trevor. Like, oh my God, he's so amazing because he had a good season. And then it's like, okay, well, last year you were calling for him to be fucking working at Chick-fil-A, dude. Like, what are we talking about? So yeah, it's just there's not a lot going on right now, guys. Don't believe
it, man.
Yeah, don't believe it. If you see it and you ain't heard nothing from nobody that's close to the organization or is the organization, it's probably not true.
Probably not. I mean, because talking about secretive though, good Lord, you hear nothing. That's why when you say, "Here comes the interview," you're clicking on the interview because you got to trying to hear something.
Yeah,
give us something, just a little bit, just give us a little bit, feed us a little bit. But this organization is very secretive, hush, hush, and you don't hear anything until they're ready for you to hear it, which is very, very insightful of how they're doing things down there in Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, sir. Anyway, let's get back to Travis Hunter. Well, let's get to Trevor. What should we expect out of Trevor this year? I saw a lot of reports where they say, well, Trevor Lawrence, the second half of the season, finally became what we thought he would be.
I mean, he's done that every second half of every season he's been healthy for.
Yeah.
Like every year it's, oh, he's looking like the guy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry he didn't come in looking like Tom Brady or Drew Brees or anybody like that. But look at the talent that was around him at that time. I mean, even the best quarterback in the world, you ain't got no talent.
Yeah.
You're going to struggle. A young quarterback in the league is going to struggle. Prime example. CJ Stroud. Remember when CJ first year? Oh, he was tearing the league up. But like Trevor said, once they got tape on him, all that went away, baby. Young quarterbacks are going to struggle. Fan bases.
I was going to say, yeah, man. He doesn't have the excuse this year of a bad O-line, man. They've been they have been dumping money into that O-line, and I bet you they're going to dump some draft picks into it too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Think about it. You just signed him to that contract, extension, and you got him right now until literally 2030.
I was talking about Stroud, but back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say he doesn't have the excuse. Like, Texas fans like, oh, his O-line, blah blah blah. They're trying to find any excuse, but they just put all that money into it. We're gonna see, but no, Trevor. Trevor. They're investing in him, and we finally have an organization around him now that is investing into him rather than, that's what's crazy is the previous organization is the one that wanted to pay him like that, but then they didn't want to invest in everything around him like that. Like, why would you pay that much money for a player when you could draft another guy like that in the 5th round and let him get beat up?
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, I don't know. Out of Trevor this year, I'm expecting probably another 35, 40 touchdown season. I really do. I think that I think if you were going to get tape on Trevor, it's already out there. I don't think that there's any tape you're going to get at this point that you didn't already have.
Right.
He's definitely improved some stuff, and sure, there's going to be new tape on his drops and different stuff. There always is, but that's year-to-year stuff that everybody has. But no tape on him running backwards and to his left and then throwing across his body and hitting. You can't. Tape doesn't do anything for you on that. It doesn't.
Right.
Right. He's making throws that no amount of tape will help you stop. The tape got to. I mean, at this point, I think that as long as he can stay healthy, other teams are going to be a lot more cognizant of stopping the guys he's throwing to than him. I really don't think that they're going to be able to afford to send as much pressure after him as they have in the past. Because at this point, he's shown you that even with that pressure in his face, he can make the plays. And even if he falls down, he can get back up and score a touchdown on you. And if he's falling backwards, he can still throw a 30-yard pass and hit somebody in the chest plate with it. It's really going to come down to what. I mean, also too, it's going to come down to our run game.
Thank you.
I think he
bring that up.
I think honestly, if Travis Etienne had the extra gear we wish he had, Trevor probably doesn't throw over 30 touchdowns this past season. Because there were a lot of times last year, and honestly, Tootin and him both. If Tootin had the balance and Travis had Tootin's speed, there was a lot of plays last year where Travis broke off 20, 30 yards, and if he had a little bit more speed, he's gone.
Right.
And I mean, especially that one in the Carolina game is the biggest. I mean, that was a 72-yard run. I mean, how many 72-yard runs don't score a touchdown in the NFL?
Good point.
I mean, that's my thing. It's like it, and that's not anything against Travis. I mean, that guy took a phenomenal angle and just barely got him, but he got him.
Yeah.
And he had to slow down for his blocker. But if he had that extra speed, or if Tootin a couple of those, man, Tootin had nothing but grass in front of him and he just tripped. I mean, that's something we're hoping we don't see this year.
Right.
We didn't see a lot of that in college with him. So I really do think it was just a matter of him not being used to the speed of the NFL, and then him trying to, getting a little too giddy and trying to hit it a little too hard, and then he's tripping over himself. But man, it really is going to depend on the run game. I think that's going to be a big thing for me going forward. Is are we going to have road graders, and are we going to be able to control the football, or is it going to be a situation where Trevor's going to have to throw 35, 40 times a game?
You bring up a very good point. That those are very, very valid points right there. And like you say, it goes back to the run game. If we can control the clock by running the ball, then you're right. Trevor's not going to have to put up those kind of stats, which then becomes the offensive line. And that right side of the offensive line, more or less than anything. I'm sorry I keep coughing, y'all, but my allergies are just out of whack right now. Yeah, That right side is going to be Van Lanen. It's going to be Walker Little. It's going to be Van Lanen, Walker Little. It's going to be Cleveland. I mean, who's going to take control of that left side? I should say left side of the offensive line. Because apparently in this scheme they like to run the ball to the left a lot.
Yeah.
So hey, if you can't run the ball, you can't control the clock. Can't control the clock. Can't control the chains. Can't control the chains. Can't control the game. And then you got to put your quarterback back there, and everybody knows he's going to throw it. Everybody knows he has to throw it.
Mm-hmm.
So what that brings blitzes. That brings just a jailbreak. And then now you got your quarterback running for his life. So yeah, it all works as one big machine. So we'll see. Yes, we lost a couple of calls, but I think it'll be all right. I really do.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, Tootin has a year under his belt now. And I think a lot of that was him making sure he didn't fumble the ball either, because that was the big thing coming out of college was he had fumbling issues. So besides the grass monster and his fumbling issue, with a year under his belt and knowing he's probably going in as the number one back, I'm looking for big things out of Tootin this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think it's funny too, because like you mentioned, trying not to fumble. It's like funny. I was at softball earlier. I was at practice. I was doing my first practice swings. Haven't swung in a long time, and we're on this like little kids field, and they're like, "Oh, try not to hit home runs because there's like this little swamp area and there's some trees, whatever." So I get out the old brick. I call it my 34 30-ounce terrible $50 Dick's bat that couldn't hit a ball far if I wanted to, and then I'm trying to slow myself down because I almost hit one out on like my third swing. And then I'm trying to slow myself down, and then I'm missing more and more and more, and I'm just trying to put swings on balls. Well, then all these other guys, the next guys get up there, and they're just hitting home run after home run, and we got a girl out there going to get the balls. I'm like, man, if I would have just done that and just didn't care, I was trying to put them over the fence. These guys are like, oh, yeah, try and keep it on the ground, and they're just hitting 15 home runs. I'm like, damn, but I could have used my good bat. I could have tried to – I was thinking too hard about going slower and trying to keep it on the ground. Then I'm just missing.
Exactly.
And that happens a lot with a lot of athletes. Whenever you have an issue and you try to overcorrect that one issue, and that leads to other issues. And you're holding the ball differently. You're not used to going through the hole holding the ball like this, so you don't fumble it. And now you're not swinging your arms, and now you get to the edge and you're holding to high and tight instead of out loose. And I think he's going to be fine. I think. A year of a full NFL offseason where he has world-class trainers with world-class dietitians with world-class everything. He's going to be all right. Yeah, and they're going to work on that balance issue for sure.
Cut the grass just a little bit thinner, y'all. Lower, just a little bit. Just a little bit lower, okay.
Yeah, man, that's funny.
Start a petition. That would need to start a petition.
Yeah,
cut the grass an inch lower, just an inch.
That reminds me of American Dad, or not American Dad. The one that's Hank Hill in Texas. I can't remember, but
man,
yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's an episode where he takes over as like the guy who cuts the grass for the football team.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like cutting it an inch higher on the outside because they have a guy that gets to the outside and runs faster. So they're cutting an inch higher on the outside,
right,
and skinnier up the middle. And that reminded me of that. That's funny.
I remember watching that episode.
Yeah, and so that's exactly what that reminded me of.
Hank Hill, that's the name of it. Hank Hill, ain't it?
No, the show itself is
it's not Hank
King
Hill?
of the Hill. That's what it is. Yeah, King of the Hill. Yeah, Hank Hill's the character. Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny. That's exactly what that reminded me of. But yeah, man. Well, what else you got, man? That's really all I've got right now.
Yeah, being that it's a week before the draft, that's about all I have. Also, just wanted to make sure fans understood the situation about Travis Hunter. It's going to be okay, y'all. Just calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's going to be all right.
Oh yeah, every little thing is gonna be all right.
And no, he has not requested a trade because he can stay both ways. Okay, let's go and get that out there too. Let's go and get that out there because I see some of that too.
Thanks everybody for coming out. For those of you who are here, a lot of y'all being quiet. DTV showed up though. You know, I really enjoy doing this. Glad I could do another episode with Eric. Hopefully we got Trevor back next time we kick off. But with all that, like and subscribe. Shout out Worm.
He remembered this time.
Yeah, I remembered. Yeah, well, y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming.
All right, peace, y'all. Peace.